going on, everyone? It's Sheldon from Variant Athletics, and in today's video, we're going to go over the hip to hurdler stretch. So we're going to start off in the half kneeling position, but before that, we're going to assume the tall kneeling position, and we're going to use a knee pad if we have a hard surface, just to make sure that our knees are protected. So the pad comes down. I'm going to start off in the tall kneeling position, and notice here that I have my toes spiked into the ground. So I don't have a flat foot, right? So spiked toes. From here, we're going to put the hands on our hips and we're going to conduct a couple pelvic tilts, right? So we're really just trying to grasp the concept and really feel where our hips are, right? This is going to be important to make sure that we're in the right positioning to conduct this movement, right? So think of it as if you had pails of water on your hips. From here, you're going to come into the anterior pelvic tilt, what I like to call the spill the water position, and then posterior pelvic tilt, right? Otherwise known as the keep the water position, right? So do a couple of reps here just to kind of get the feel of your hips. And from here, we're going to maintain the keep the water position, and then we're going to swing either foot around the front of us, right? So right here, get the keep the water position. I'm going to swing my left foot around, right? So as you can see, I've elongated my right hip flexor. So the side that my knee is down in the keep the water position, as I swing around, I further elongate my right hip flexor. From here, we're going to reach up, which is going to further elongate. And this first movement, we're going to come into a meanie front lunge. So while maintaining the keep the water position, I come into this front lunge, right? And the reason why the keep the water position is so important here is, one, you maintain glute and hip activation, as well as if I were to go in that spill the water position, you can see in this position, my low back becomes compromised, right? So keep the water, reach up nice and long, meanie forward lunge, right? And then from here, I'm going to dive down to my opposite contralateral, my opposite hamstring. So first thing, toe comes up. As I'm reaching, toe comes up, knee goes back, and then I dive down towards that heel. Okay, so think of it as if I had a tail, right? My hips don't go down on my heel, right? I'm actually reaching, my hips backing up as I reach down and forward towards that hamstring, right? So maximum elongation of this left posterior chain, right? Coming back up, nice and long, and then I dive down. Right, so this is the hip part, the hip portion. And as I dive down, this is the hurdlers, right? So switching sides, it's going to be the same thing, right? So set my hips. I'm going to reach my right side around the front here, keeping my hips on, reaching up nice and long, come into a little forward lunge, making sure my hips stay on and I'm not crunching my low back. And then diving down to my right hamstring, right? So toe comes up, knee goes back, hips go in that back and up direction as I reach down and forward, right? Shoulders stay back, back is neutral. You can utilize this stretch in placement of any mobility series. You want to conduct anywhere between 2 to 3 sets of anywhere between 7 to 10 reps. And that's the hip to hurdler stretch.